Seconds out. What's good? What's good? Don't worry about the mother internet shows, Pub Sports Radio. We the best out. Man, we coming off a hell of a week last week, man, in UFC. We just wrapped up UFC 265. New heavyweight interim title holder now. Cyril Gane is that guy. He's going to be challenging Francis Ngannou coming up. So real quick, just how we did last week on the board. We had a decent week, all right. Out of our fighter picks, we went 3 for 5 on our straight picks. My underdogs, we didn't do too good. Hit 4 out of 5 on my round props. Went 2 for 2 on my parlay. So overall, we made it out. All right, we got to eat, man. I got to eat my lunch money that week. So we ain't got no UFC this week. Who cares? We got MMA this week. We got Bellator this week. I'm talking about Bellator 264. This is going to be one of the stack cards that you guys are going to see. It's going to be taking place this Friday. You want to tune in to Pub Sports Radio here live, where we do our live companion stream, have over 200 live viewers doing everything that you guys want to on a Bellator stream. But besides that, we got somebody backstage that's going to be on the main card. Somebody I was supposed to be fighting what was it, 3-4 weeks ago? They were supposed to be fighting in my backyard, actually. They were supposed to be on the previous card with AJ McKee on there, but his opponent had to pull out for we don't really know the reason and stuff like that. So, man, this guy backstage, he go by the name of Super Raufeon Stots, 16-1 Bellator hot prospect, top bantamweight coming in. How you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. Love the intro and love the energy, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, let's get to it real quick, man. I know we don't got a lot of time. You got 72 hours and you're going to be in that cage. So how's everything going?
Man, everything's going good. Doing the cutting weight process. Pretty much had my last MMA workout. Then I'll do like a cut weight workout tomorrow. So pretty much rest and make weight. And then, showtime, baby.
Showtime, man. Yeah. So, hey, you got a big opponent coming in right now. You're ranked number 4 in Bellator's bantamweight. You're taking on the number 3 opponent right now. Magomed has a lot of hype coming from, anything coming out of Russia right now. That's like the hot topic, the hot flavor.
It's hot, bro. Everybody from Russia is super hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with got a Magomed or a Dov at the end of their name, they on top.
Hey, exactly. One of those names that we can barely pronounce half of it. You know what I mean? Anybody. Right. And speaking of that, speaking of hot and coming out on top, props to you, my man. 4-0 in the Bellator ring, coming in 3 wins by decision, 1 with inside the distance. So, how's it been inside the Bellator cage, man, being 4-0?
Man, it's been like really amazing. You know what I mean? Because I just started this last December, so I've had a really active calendar year, really active, with my Bellator fights. And also I beat 2 people now inside the top 10. It's about to be 3. I think that's the most of anybody in the Bellator. And I only think in my division, I think in as a whole, you know what I mean? So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, man. So, 4 fights in Bellator, man. They usually fighters get signed to at least 4 or 5 fights in their contract, if that sometimes. So are you looking on your second contract with Bellator right now? Or are you still fighting on your first one?
Yeah, I've been on my second one actually. This is a couple fights into my second one. I'm close to my third, probably after this fight. So yes sir. So I'm enjoying my time here. You know what I mean? They're showing me they appreciate me here, and I'm more than happy to be here.
Man, speaking about more than happy to be here, man, take me back. I remember it like it was yesterday. I know you do too. Man, you had all the gloves out there in the ring. You had 1 championship out there. You had Bellator. You had UFC. I still remember it, because I was following you on the LFA before that happened. So, I've been following you ever since, and plus your boys with Jordan. So, So let me ask you though. You picked Bellator. It's definitely planned out to be the right reason and everything like that. But I really take me into the locker room though. Honestly, did this consider your thoughts a little bit with choosing Bellator? The amount that they get paid per fight compared to the other organizations, did that consider a little bit in your head, or was it just, hey, let me just go with Bellator because I know Bellator pays well? My boy Lorenz Larkin got paid from Riverside when he signed a big contract coming over as a free agent and stuff like that. So I know
the bottom line came for me. I'm a prize fighter. So the bottom line came for me when their offer was way more than what the UFC was going to offer. You know what I mean? And they showed like interest. And when I say interest, they showed me numbers to show me they're interested. So for me, that's the main thing. You know what I mean? I'm doing this to feed my family. So the more I can get, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like when you gonna sign over to Bill or to UFC? And I'm not interested in signing in UFC because they don't show no interest in me. You know what I mean? And also like the interest that they show in the people at my level is not comparable. So I definitely was dollar signs, you know what I mean, that attracted me when they came at me with their offer. They like came strong. So it was one I couldn't pass up. It was one that I wasn't gonna get. I mean, I'm seeing people not get until their second contract in the UFC. So I was like, yeah, I got to take this.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. I knew I was 99% right. You know,
I'm a
maybe it
prize
was
fighter, bro.
1% I was
Hey,
wrong.
I'm here for the checks. At the end of
Yes,
the day,
sir.
I'm here for the checks. You know what I'm saying? You can call yourself, you know what I'm saying, the greatest league in the world, and you can say all this stuff, but you know, I have self-belief in myself, you know what I mean? I know where I stand, I believe where I stand. But at the end of the day, I'm here to make the money.
Speaking of that, man, so we had a big Bellator event, and it's good that you brought that up because I was just going to around this with my partners about talking about the UFC and the Bellator fighters and stuff. My boy AJ McKee out of my city, Long Beach, man, put on. I
Put
mean,
on,
he put on. You know,
put
he's been
on.
that Bellator prospect that they born and bred. So my whole thing with them, I'm telling them, he's not going to come to the UFC no time soon. You want to know why? Because Bellator is about to make him like the first $1 million paid athlete signed. I guarantee you know, like,
Exactly.
right?
He got
So
paid, and that was another reason me coming to. I mean, UFC not in a tournament. You got what, 4 fights? Nobody's paying 4 fights $1 million within the year. I mean, unless you're like a top name. You know what I mean? Like you got to really be. You know what I'm saying? A Conor McGregor or Dustin. You know what I mean? Like a top name. You're not getting that type of money nowhere else. You know, so you can like literally. I like the fact that of the tournament style because it's like you can literally have like zero following and none of that political, or what do you call that, none of that other stuff matters. You know what I mean? It's like whoever wins the fight, you know, moving advances on, and you know, that's who gets the prize at the end of the day. So that was another thing that appealed to me. You know what I mean? And AJ McKee, I mean, they brought him up from, you know, from nothing. You know, I mean, his father was obviously a very good MMA athlete, and he was bred into the sport. But you know, they groomed him up all the way to being a millionaire. You know what I mean? And they took care of him very well all the way up. You know what I mean? So I see that stuff. And what like first attracted me to Bellator was me cornering Emmanuel Sanchez. And I seen how he was treated. And you know, I had nothing but good things to say after I left. So
oh yeah, man. Yeah, like to hear that. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, you know. So like AJ McKee, let's just say in that sense, you know, he's gonna build up his little money here. If he was to transfer over to UFC, Dana White might try to lowball him, give him maybe 25 a fight, you know, show up. And by he can turn that down easy with the money he's gonna make with Bellator. But give it about a year or two, keep building that up. By the time he comes over there, they're gonna offer him Sage Northcutt money. Sage Northcutt was getting paid $80,000 a fight back then. So, you know, like that's one thing that I think,
yeah.
same thing right here with you. I mean, you're
Yeah,
building up the
it's gotta
bankroll.
be more than that, bro. At this point, it's gotta be more than that. Especially like for AJ McKay, I would imagine that he's I mean, if he I mean, he's not going over there for anything less than like six figures, like upper 500 thousand. You know what I mean? It's they got to make it worth it because you know what I'm saying. That's the other thing too. Like his resume, like he's made. I mean, he's made $1 million now. You know what I mean? I don't know what his purse is exactly, but you know what I'm saying. You got to be competitive. If you want. if you want him to fight, they gotta show it. You know what I mean? They gotta show it with their numbers. So
Yes, sir, man.
there it
See, that's what
goes.
I'm saying. It worked out for him. It worked out for you. I mean, you just gonna keep this ball rolling right now. I mean, let's talk about your opponent a little bit, man, because a lot of people like betting on him. Me,
Yeah,
myself, I like betting on him. You know, first fight, I
yeah,
think he
hell
was a
yeah.
minus
He's
900 favorite. You know, you
straight up.
parlay him
Is
up with
that
a
is that what
few.
he is? This one?
Not at all. I got you. Watch this
Oh,
stuff. Nah, he was a minus 900 favorite in his first fight. You know, walked
oh
through him.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but now fighting you.
yeah.
He's only a minus 400. You're a plus
Oh, okay.
300 underdog. And you know me,
Okay. Hey, that's my first time being an underdog. I'm appreciating it. I'm
yeah,
like
because you're always a favorite. I bet you last
yeah,
time you were minus 220, closed out at minus 280. You're always a high 3-1 favorite at that, you know.
yeah,
So it's like now two favorites are fighting each other, but yet you're the
yeah.
underdog.
Let's go. Oh yeah, we finna make a lot. I'm
So
about to
tell
put
my people at Pub Sports Radio why they need to take their money off the Russian and put it on our boy Stouts.
hey, if you ain't got your money on me, I mean, pretty much I'm gonna do what he think he gonna do to me. I'm a lot better fighting at range. I'm a lot better, I feel, at MMA grappling. But that's another thing we gonna see. And I'm willing and I'm very willing to get in there and see where he stands. You know what I mean? And I'm used to being a bully. You know, you got two people in there used to being a bully, but the vibe I'm getting from him is he don't want like a fight. He wanted me to think that he want to fight, and then he want to like kind of hug me. But I mean, I'm a two-time national champion in wrestling. I train at one of the best striking gyms in the world. I train with the current Bellator champion. Like I'm ready for all those problems, and I'm the right one. You know what I mean? I'm the right one for all those problems. You know, so I'm just excited to show everybody. You know what I mean? I'm just excited.
I hear it, man. Dagestani wrestling versus old American great wrestling,
Yeah,
man. It's
exactly.
gonna show
You
out on
see
his
how
feet.
many American wrestling champions we had? We had 9 American medalists this year. You know what I'm saying? How many Dagestan had? I don't think they had that many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
got you.
I'm just ready, man. I'm ready to
And,
prove.
and speaking about training and stuff like that, I see sometimes, sometimes it's always good to switch it up. Sometimes fighters could get stagnant, in
Yeah,
their results, and sometimes they do it after a loss. But I see you've been moving around a few different ways.
yeah,
You've been training with Corey Sandhagen and stuff like that.
yeah.
If you could put together your dream camp, your dream training camp, who would it be, and who would be in your camp?
Man, I love training with Sergio Pettis and the guys I have at Rufus Sport. If I could have, but I also did I loved training at Corey Sandhagen's place. You know, I love their vibe and Corey Sandhagen, I like his mindset and you know how he approaches training and you know, he works hard, but it's intelligent. And it's kind of like how we work at Rufus Sport. So it was like a good fit. So if I could have my perfect fit, it would be like all my guys at Rufus Sport with like a couple of the Sandhagen guys right now. Because after I was in Sandhagen's gym and stuff, I was like, man, I can see myself coming out here for a camp. Like if I needed to, I can come out here for a camp. That would fit perfectly. You know what I mean? So those two, but also I've been trained or I'm moving to Houston, and I've trained with Adrian Yanez a couple times, and
Okay.
him
He
and
trains
his
out of a
team,
local gym.
Lana. You say what?
I think he trains out of like a local gym out there, right?
He trains out of a gym with it's called Houston Fight Metro.
Might be. Okay.
um yep, with Coach Salas, and they have a good, you know, training system. And yeah, if I probably pick a couple guys from there too. If I want to, if like my dream camp, I'm gonna pick like 3-4 guys from Rufus Sport, 3-4 or 2 guys from Corey Sandhagen's gym, and then like 3 guys from Adrian Yanez's gym.
I got you. I got you. I like it, man. I like it, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, man, like what was the first fight that you remember watching that made you get into the sport of MMA? Whether it was Bellator related, boxing related, or anything like that. What was the first fight that you remember growing up? Me, I grew up in the days of when Mike Tyson was knocking people out in like the first round. So I remember my dad would take us to the bowling alley to see Tyson knock everybody out. But I was always a Holyfield fan. So that's like one of
Yeah.
the first fighting eras for me.
Yeah, one of my first fights was I was still wrestling. And my first fight in person, I should say. I seen Timmy Elliott which was one of my teammates, fight my coach now, Jens Pover. And I was like, man, and that was when I was like, man, Timmy Elliott, I trained with him before. He was on my wrestling team in junior college, and I was like, man, this is kind of cool. This is kind of a step up from wrestling. Like that's pretty cool. I hadn't at that point gotten into MMA or like thought about doing it yet. I was still wrestling, but that was the first point. I was like, man, this is a cool sport.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. All right, so man, yeah. Speaking of your camp, man, you're with Rufus Sport right now. I actually heard in an interview you chose that camp over American Top Team, was it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I went, well, Pat Miletich, pretty much I was training under Pat Miletich and Jens Pover at the time, but they were off doing commentating. And Pat Miletich, I was like, hey, I'm ready to make a move because I'm feeling like I'm outgrowing kind of here. Wasn't getting like the training that I wanted to get. So then he told me like, hey, you can go there's a place kind of down like couple hours away, Rufus Sport in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or I recommend you going to American Top Team. Both gyms I feel like would be good for you. But I'll leave it up to you to choose which one. I'll put in a word for you if you want me to either one. And I was like, okay, cool. I tried out Rufus Sport first. I went up there with my wife, or she was my girlfriend at the time. Went up with my wife and checked it out, and I was going there to look for or get like some striking looks, because they're a elite striking team. So I was going there to get some striking looks. But when I got there, I showed up to an amateur practice, and I was pretty much doing the same thing I was doing at Pat Miletich, kind of dominating people on grappling, because it was a grappling day that I made it there. And then the freaking jujitsu instructor like tapped me out like I want to say like 4 or 5 times within a round, and I've never felt like nobody, you know what I mean, like pretty much
Do that
used me
before.
as, yeah,
Yeah,
do that to me before.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, man, like I gotta come back here at least to like beat this guy. I gotta
Yeah,
get this
yeah. I at
guy.
least got to conquer this, right?
I gotta
Right.
conquer this.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
go
So
out like that. I
I
feel you.
can't, you know what I mean? So I decided I was gonna go out there and I was gonna train out there from there.
All right, man. I got a good question out there in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody
Yeah.
rocking with us in the chat, man.
Oh yeah.
So this is from Joshua Eckwood. He says, "Are there any skills that Magomed has that worried you in this fight?"
So he's like really good when he gets his hands locked. You know what I mean? Um, that's pretty much the only thing that like worries me. Not worries me. That's the thing I have to deal with, and I got skills to deal with it. I like know what to do. It's just a matter of feeling how strong he is from there. I have techniques that work on like 185-pound guys, and I've had like 185-pound guys like try to hold me down and try to control me from there. So I feel like I'm gonna be stronger and faster. But that's the only thing I pretty much that I'm worried about. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
once he gets his hands locked, then pretty much once he gets his hands locked, then I'll have to fight for real. Or I'll have to fight. You know what I
that's where
mean?
the fight
Because
really begins, right?
I'll be in a bad position. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's the only thing I'm pretty much worried about. I feel like I can be I'm gonna be very dominant in this fight. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are gonna turn their heads, kind of like with my last fight. Like, oh, they thought it was gonna be a really good fight. But I went in and
Just
I
dominated.
mean he was 20-3. I went in and just dominated, and then they were like, Raufeon could have did more. It's like I did more without having to break a sweat. Like that's because I'm really good. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, no,
they'll figure it out.
you
They'll,
said
it's
you
not.
spoke on some real stuff because I will say this: when we were watching the fight, I was easily just cashing. A few people I was watching was like, "Man, he should finish him. He should do this." Nah, man, he
Yeah.
should just win this fight. Like my
Hey,
boy Curtis say, man, all that matters is the win.
all that
When it comes
matters. Hey,
down
that's
to
what
it.
I get paid to do, man. I get paid, and I'm like outcast, and it's not like I didn't, hurt on my. I think I broke his arm. I freaking cut him open. You know what I mean? I kind of demoralized him. Like I did all I needed to do, pretty much.
So coming up on this fight card, man, what I like to do, I like to put together a 3-fighter parlay with all my fighters. So I'm gonna put you down as one fighter on there. You're the big underdog on there. So what I want you to do from here, just pick 2 other fighters on the card that you think's gonna win besides yourself, and then I'm gonna put it out as the Stouts parlay, and then pretty much see how it cashes out and gets paid because I bet on it too as well. So you can
say I got that. Let's
you
go.
can take
this how
We'll go. I'll go. Oh man, I want to say Hamsai.
Okay.
And
boxing, okay. He beat my boy Curtis Millender last time. All right, I see him. All right, who else?
Hamzai, and then I'm gonna go with Franklin.
Okay. Oh, all right. Let me see. 3-0. 3-0.
3-0.
All right.
Who is he? He fighting Everett Cumrick. I need to look at. Let me. I don't even know. Let me see. Let me look at Everett Cummings. I know he's 15-0, but I'm trying to see who he fought.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's scroll down.
He's an older guy.
34. Oh, fight out of my. Okay, around the city, Corona. Okay, Cali guy. 3-1, 4-1.
Who he's fight?
He has wins over guys that's 4-1, 3-1, 0-5. He fought guys that's 0-5, 2-8.
That's what I was worried about, man.
Ooh. 2-1, 3-4, 0-1. Oh,
that's what I was worried about.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you might be on with that pick though, because I don't know, he's undefeated, but
and he's 34.
Yeah, when we look at that record right there,
we got a young guy. I'll go with Franklin.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna put that together just because my Bellator odds, they're not on my book yet. But I already know you're plus 300. I'm gonna put that together. So Stout said it here. He's gonna take himself, of course, Davion Franklin versus Everett Cummings, and Sabah Hamasi versus Korshkov. I know. Ooh, there we go. My man Billy Brisbane behind the scenes. That's a parlay that plays 2,352. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's crazy. That's probably all 3 underdogs. I bet you too. So you heard it here first.
Let's go. Let's
all
go.
All right, man. All right. So yeah, we got the parlay out there real quick. So now we're just gonna wrap it up on this thing I got to call legendary questions, man. I just shoot through them real quick. You answer them as they are. All right, man. So we're gonna start it off with Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
Bruce Lee.
Okay. X-Men or DC?
X-Men.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Nikes or Jordans?
Nikes.
Give me the money or give me the
loot.
Give me the money or give me the you fill in the blank.
Loot. I said loot.
Oh, loot. Got money. Same shit. See, everybody answers it the same, man. They never want anything else except for the money, man. They say, give me the money or give me the money. All right. Part-time owner of Bellator and the UFC or part-time owner of Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Hey, you're the first smart one, bro. Everybody else picks UFC because I interview a lot of UFC fighters, but everybody, UFC, and I'm like, you guys are idiots, bro.
Bitcoin making big money.
Got it. All right, cool. All right, here we go right now. Everybody says, you get your top 5 athletes out there, on a basketball team. You got Barkley, you got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all that. Who's your top 5 fighters you walk into anywhere, ain't nobody fucking with, you guys knocking everybody out?
Shit, I got Francis Ngannou. I got Izzy. Okay. I got Demetrius Johnson. And I got Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got one more?
No, you included. So we include you. So yeah. Got you. Okay, that's a nice one. First one for the GOAT, Demetrius, you know what I mean? First time hearing that one on there.
We got to. He's gonna be general. He's gonna be the general out there. Hey, you go here. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing him on the game and shit. He be playing the shit out. I see he got the mind for it.
So I know this question should hit you a little bit different. You know, you got a little bit of different upbringing and everything like that. So my boy Slaughter always has a question, the owner of Puff Sports Radio. He likes to know, what's one of your family traditions or superstitions?
Oh, family traditions or for traditions, I would say trail rides. We would do trail rides every couple months or something. You know, trail ride is.
I'm
So
just imagining riding on a bike in the trail, right?
oh, so it was like a like in our hood, in our neighborhood, there was it was horses, like a bunch of, it's called Acres Homes, Texas. And so it was like a bunch of horses. It's like a bunch of horses everywhere. I don't know for what reason, but like everybody got horses down there. And we would pretty much ride the horses, play Zydeco music, which is like country music, and they would ride through the streets and you know what I'm saying, play music, drink, ride horses, you know what I'm saying, just hang out.
Okay,
They call it trail
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, that's definitely different. Yeah, actually, Puff Sports Radio, they're based out in San Antonio, Texas. So if you're ever in that area, man, definitely stop by the bar, Southbound 101. The owner said whatever you need, family, everything, food, drinks, everything's on him. So whatever in San Antonio, Texas.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to get that info. I'll be there for sure. I'm gonna take you up on it.
That'll work, man. So yeah, right now, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. So I'm gonna give you the floor is yours, you know, to shout out all your sponsors, all your training partners, all the people that don't get the shout outs, that want to shout out and stuff, you know, the little man in between the middle, man, all that good stuff. But before we do that, man, tell us, man, what's gonna happen this Friday when it goes down, when the lights is on?
Man, I'm just gonna go in there and dominate, you know. I'm hoping he think he gonna run over me. I'm hoping, because then he gonna run into something. If he think he gonna run into me, he gonna run into something. If not, I'm just gonna continue to dominate how I have been. You know what I mean? I'm not giving him an inch. I'm not gonna give him an inch to breathe. I'm not giving him an inch to you know, get comfortable or anything like that. And yeah, I'm just gonna dominate. Yeah, that's my prediction.
I hear you, man. So go ahead, man. The floor is yours right now, man. Go shout out everybody that you want to, you know, everything like that. Last year was kind of hectic, you know. We was caught in the COVID the last 2 years, but I try to tell everybody everything's gonna be okay. We still here today, you know. Some people ain't. So go ahead, man. You got a good message for the people out there?
Yeah, man. If anything, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, stay consistent. Stay in love with the process. You know what I mean? Get comfortable with the process. The process of getting there is what's going, you know what I'm saying, get you there. Don't focus on the goal so much. Focus on moving every day toward the goal with the process. So yeah, that's my advice.
Yes, sir, man. So appreciate it, man. Hey, first interview, man. Like I said, I've been waiting to lock it up for a minute. We definitely gonna keep this thing going and everything.
Let me shout out my homie Chris Wright over there. He fighting in 6 weeks. He came down. Let's go.
Where's he fighting? What organization?
CFFC in Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay. What weight class?
145.
Chris Wright. All right. Hey, we're gonna be looking for it then. I love seeing the up and comers, especially on the other organizations and everything. So you heard it here first. Hell yeah, man. Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes, sir, man. So, all right, man. So from here till next time, you know, Seconds Out. Don't worry about them other MMA shows. Puff Sports Radio. F the rest out. We the best out. My boy Stout's about to cash out money. Plus 300 underdog. I'm trying to tell you now, man.
Let's go.
Stouts. We out.
Let's go.